So to insert a picture, you'd go over to Insert, press this little picture button, place incel, overcell, whichever kind of makes sense for the situation. I'm gonna do overcell because it makes it bigger, and you can kind of resize it and move it around the sheet a bit easier. It would probably block the information behind it, just keep that in mind, but, like if I had, say, some numbers in this cell, and then I place that over that, it would block the information. But, yeah, that's how you insert a picture, and that's my Lola girl. To start, a new sheet within the book, so, if we wanted multiple tabs going, you just go down here to your tabs, you just press the plus sign, and you got a new sheet, but we're all still within the same, workbook. It's also a good idea to kind of label these sheets just to kind of keep organized, especially if you got a lot of tabs going. It can just help keep things organized and moving smoothly when you're moving between tabs. So if we wanted to start a chart from a simple data set, first we would need to put our data in. So I'm just gonna do this is kind of like a savings tracker, because savings trackers are simple data sets, because they just track, dates and the amount saved. Simple data. So yeah, so I'm just gonna throw in a few dates and some random amounts. I'm also throwing a random big number in there too, just so it's easier to show you how the chart changes. You can see that big change a lot easier. And I'm also just formatting some of this as well. Just so it's understandable also when you're looking at the chart, it just makes more sense. Date, and those are the amount in dollars, how much we saved. So to create the graph, you would just highlight, once you got your data in there, you would highlight your data. You'd go over to Insert, and over here is chart options. So you got a scatter graph, you got a pie chart, line charts, column charts. I'm gonna do a line chart because it makes the most sense. And boom, there's our line chart. Now, if we wanted to make changes to this over time, or say if we made a mistake, say we put 208 and it was supposed to be 28. Now you can see how that changes. Just gonna pop that back to 208. To delete a piece of data, I just highlight the row and I press delete. And it shifts everything up so that it's still in a nice concise manner, and there's not gaps in the information. And you can see how that changes accordingly over here. That big spike is now gone. If we wanted to add a new piece of information, so now say we're going forward, it's April, and again I'm going to put another random amount, big random amount in there just so you can see the difference. We'll add it. And you can see how it doesn't change, but that's because it's not within our what we selected for the graph. To change that, you just press on your graph, and then down here you can just drag this down so that it highlights what you need. And you can also put this ahead of time too, so if you know that you're going to be filling in these gaps, if I know I'm going to start doing this every week, so say now 421, see how the graph will now change accordingly because this area is within the range that it's taking information from. So if I put, now I have only $100, you can see how the graph now over here changes accordingly. To move the graph, if you wanted to kind of keep things in an organized way so that all your information was on one sheet and your visuals, this graph, is on another sheet, I just right click on the graph, move chart, and this is where your sheets can come in handy to labeling your sheets, because wherever you're sending it would be labeled, so now you know exactly where you're sending it instead of guessing, oh, is it sheet 1, sheet 2, sheet 3. So say if I wanted to put it on my sheet that had the picture of Lola on it, I'd just press that sheet, press OK, and boom, it is now on that sheet with Lola. All of our visuals are together. To change the the chart style, you just go up here, it says chart design. You know, while the chart's selected, it won't be there if the chart's not selected, so you have to make sure the chart's selected. But you just make sure you're under the chart design tab, and you have all these little designs that you can choose from. Like this one's actually kind of cool. But yeah, and you can like play around with it, all the different colors, things like that. So that's how you would change the style of the chart. And something new I learned with this chart is while you're in this chart design tab, over here, the add chart element, you can like totally customize the chart to like kind of like whatever you want. I know that kind of sounds obvious, but down here is what I found the coolest, especially for this type of situation where if you want to like track savings or even like just any kind of like financial things that need to be tracked, you can add this linear line. And it'll kind of like show you like an average almost of kind of like what's been going on with the data. You can do different lines with it, like you can make a forecast and it'll show you, it's kind of like hard to see because it's a little thing, but it'll show you where it thinks that you're headed over here based on what's happened. And you can also do like a moving average, so it shows you, you know, over time kind of how the average has changed based on the information that's been put in. So I just found like that kind of pretty neat, the average line.